All right, everybody, let's start the next video. In this video, we are going to be talking about your discussion workbook because it is part of your homework. So we need to talk about how to do the discussion workbook the correct way. All right, so I will be grading your answers mostly based off of your effort and the amount of writing that you do. So let's take a look at some good and bad examples of the discussion workbook questions. Now, each week we will choose some questions from the discussion workbook. This week I will choose those questions for you. So you can see this is kind of what your discussion workbook looks like. It has different units for each unit in the textbook. But I will say that some of the questions are not related to the grammar in the textbook. I don't know why. I did not make the discussion workbook, but some of the questions are not related and some of the questions are easy, maybe too easy. I think all of you seem very smart and you can do the harder questions, so I will challenge you to do the harder questions. But for example, here are some questions in our discussion workbook. Where did you go on your last vacation? Who did you go with? Right? Kachi. How long did you stay there? What things did you see or do? What languages did you speak? Did anything surprise you? What did you like about that place? It usually has about 20 questions. You can go through here and practice answering these questions. In our homework, you only need to do 5, but this is an example of these questions. Talk about your worst vacation. Describe a type of vacation you would like to take in the future. All of those things. We're going to do an example together a little bit later. So let's just take a look at some good and bad examples. So here's a question, for example, question number 2. What did you do on vacation, right? Banghak, your recent vacation. Time, what did you do? All right, so a bad answer is very short and very simple. I slept. 잤어요. 재미없어요. We don't like that, right? It's no fun. Nobody wants to have a conversation with somebody who speaks like this. So don't practice speaking like this. This could be considered rude if you have a conversation like this. So I slept, not good. What did you do on vacation? I slept. 말고, bad. So let's take a look at a good answer. So here's an example of a good answer. What did you do on vacation? I didn't do anything special. I hung out with my friends and family. We watched movies, played computer games, and went to coffee shops. I tried to study Chinese, but I couldn't focus on that. All right, good information. Talks about some details, gives us who he was with, activities that they did, that kind of stuff. That is a good answer. And if you focus here, on the verbs, all of these are 과거, past tense. Why? Because what did you do? 과거, past tense, already happened, right? I didn't do anything special. So that's a good answer. Similar to I slept, but a little bit more enjoyable to hear, right? I hung out with my friends and family. What is hang out? Hang out is the verb here. That is 놀다, right? Again, I said this before. You guys are adults, 20 years old, right? So don't use play. Play is for children. Children play, right? Kids play. 아기가 play, right? Those 아이들 play. They play in the park, play with their friends. We do not play. We are adults. We hang out, right? So I hung out with my friends and family. Much more normal, much more common. We watched movies, again, past tense, and played computer games, past tense, 과거. Went to coffee shops. I tried to study Chinese, right? I gave an effort. 하려고 했어요. 근데 I couldn't focus on that, right? So I couldn't focus on that. All of these are past tense. That's a very good answer. So when you're answering these discussion questions, please do not give a simple answer like, I slept. No, shit all. Give a good answer. Give a lot of details in your answers. That makes for good conversation. So let's take a look at the next slide here. So conversation questions, this is kind of some guidelines. Talk about activities that you have done. So after you answer the question, right? In your conversation question, in your discussion workbook, you're going to choose one of these and talk about that. And then you're going to ask a new question in the video, right? So I want you to focus on types of conversation questions you can use in your video recording. Here are some examples that you can use. For example, talking about activities that you have done. That is focused on our unit in the textbook, activities, vacation activities, or fun activities that you have done. So you can ask somebody in your video recording, have you been skydiving? Have you been snorkeling? Have you been bungee jumping? Have you been, dang, anything you can fit in there talking about activities that they did. And you have that person can answer two different ways, right? Yes, I have been snorkeling. Yes, I have been skydiving. Yes, I have been bungee jumping. Or they can say no, right? Negative. No, I have not been skydiving. I have not been bungee jumping. I have not been snorkeling. All right, and if yes, you want to come down here and connect details. Details are very important when we're having conversation. It makes the conversation better. It makes the conversation flow more naturally. So for example, details. Have you been snorkeling? Yes, I have been snorkeling. I went snorkeling last summer, right? So you kind of fill in those details. When did you go exactly, right? Last summer, 2 years ago, I went when I was a child. It gives more information and it makes the conversation more interesting. Now here's an example of handwriting. Handwriting in the book. We can just see here, the question is, how do you usually get to class, right? It means go to school. So here we see good information, 3 full sentences, a lot of good information there. That's a good answer. Over down here we have a bad answer, right? A bad answer. I took bus, I took taxi, I took subway. Not good. We don't like that. That's not good information and that's not good conversation. So try to have a good answer up here. Give a lot of information in your writing and in your video recording. Okay? So let's take a look at a good example from the discussion workbook. All right, how do you usually go to class every day? All right, so down here we can see the bad answer or the poor answer. I take bus, I walk, I'm so hot, I'm tired, I die. Kind of chunk sentences, all those just chunk in there. It's not really a full sentence. It's not really speaking. It's just saying words, different activities. So we want to have a good answer up here. How do you usually go to class every day? All right, so every day at 9 a.m., giving detail. I walk to the bus stop, giving detail, near my home. I take the bus to the university. Then I walk to my department building and meet my friends. We are usually tired from walking at the end of the day. All right, great information, right? Talks about where they start. Right, they start at the bus stop near my home and then take the bus to the university, right? Finishing point. Then 그다음에, right? I walk to my department building, another location. That is your major building. For example, if you're engineering major or nutrition or Chinese major or biomedical major, you have a department building. And what happens there, you usually meet your friends or classmates or other students. We are usually tired from walking at the end of the day, right? So at the university, 여기저기로 가요. You walk around to different buildings. You walk to the cafeteria. You walk to get food, to get coffee. So at the end of the day, you're usually tired from walking. All right, so this is a very good answer. It gives a lot of information to listen to and talk about here. So that is a good answer and that is a poor answer. All right, so now let's do one together. I'm going to have an example here. I'll go ahead and fill these in. So question from the book, where did you go on your last vacation? All right, so I had my bad answer. Oh, didn't go to went to Vietnam. Vietnam. Where did you go on your last vacation? Vietnam. Oh, 재미없어. All right, so we have a full answer. I went to, where did I go? Hanoi, Vietnam, and Da Nang, right? So that's telling you the two places I went to in Vietnam. Who did I go with? With my friend Jay. Okay. What did we do? We rode motorcycles around the countryside. Oh, that sounds very interesting. Adding more detail to the answer. It rained every day, but it was a lot of fun. I want to do that again. So there, I have a good answer. I didn't say a lot. I didn't speak a lot, but I gave some good information here, right? So I went to Hanoi, Vietnam, and Da Nang with my friend Jay. We rode motorcycles around the country, right? So I'm telling you what we did, all right? It rained every day, but it was a lot of fun, right? Kind of describing my opinion about that. I want to do that again. All right, so that's a good answer from the workbook that you're going to be doing for part of your homework. Now, what did I do there? I used details, right? Kind of details. And we also use follow-up questions and details to add more information. So what are the details? With whom, right? With my friends, with my family, with my girlfriend, like I said, with my friend Jay, all right? What? So what did you do? We ate pizza, we played computer games. Like I said, we rode motorcycles around the countryside. When, right? Last weekend during winter vacation 2 months ago. Kind of told you that already. It's in the question, last vacation. Where? In Samsung-dong, at the library, in my home location. I told you in Hanoi, Vietnam, and Da Nang. Why? Because we were bored. We wanted to eat something. I didn't say why in my answer, but that's okay. Don't have to do every one. And how, right? We went by train, we walked in the park, we rode motorcycles, that kind of thing. So try to include these details in your answers. Okie dokie. So your video recording guidelines is part of your homework. Please, when you're doing these video recordings, check your posts. Make sure it uploaded and the video functions, right? So after you upload the video, go and watch it. Make sure that the video uploaded, the sound quality is good, the video quality is good, and that it functions so that everybody can see it. Also, too, when you're doing these video recordings, do not read your answer. Do not read your answer. Try to memorize, right? You want to speak naturally, and naturally is not reading. We don't read when we speak naturally. So try to memorize and try to speak naturally. Do not read. Also, number 3, don't edit or cut the videos, right? So you don't need to edit too much. Just answer the question in one video. You don't need to edit each part of your answer. That's too much effort and that's not natural, so don't edit that. And then also remember to interact with other students. I want you to reply or comment to at least 3 students. Try to get to know each other. Try to talk about those things that you have in common, your vacations and all of that stuff. So try to get to know each other. Try to become friends in your video recordings. I know it's not ideal, but it is better than doing nothing. All right, and then your homework, like we talked about before, you got to answer 5 questions from the discussion workbook. This time I will choose the questions, so you don't have to worry about that. And remember to answer in full sentences, give reasons, opinions, and examples. Minimum of 3 full sentences, right? That is the minimum. So I expect more. Minimum effort equals minimum score. Maximum effort equals maximum score, and we want the maximum score, so please try. Post a video recording to UClass forum, so that's going to be the same thing we did last week. You're going to choose one question, and you're going to answer the question. You're going to ask a new question. Should be like a conversation. Remember, please have good sound quality, show your face, speak clearly. And then this week we will have the attendance quiz. This will be a quiz score for which equals your attendance. You must get 50% or above to get your attendance point, and that quiz will come from materials in the videos. So the goal is to make sure that you watch the videos, that you understand the material, and comprehension. It will be fairly easy, but I want to make sure that you are studying the classwork. Okay, I think that is about it for today. So we're going to go ahead and finish there. Please remember to do your homework. Try to finish your homework before the assignment closes on UClass, and remember to use your discussion workbook to help you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed the class. I've been having fun teaching you. I can't wait to meet you in person, and we can have class in person. But please try to do your homework, try to finish your assignments. If you have any questions, please let me know. Enjoy your free time, stay healthy, and stay safe. All right, everybody, have a good day. Please go to the next video.